Hey guys, I have Sonic games on the Sega Genesis, but dang it, I don't want to play them on that. I want to play them on a modern console on a disc. I'll be darned. Many people want to experience the past of gaming, but don't own the games or the consoles to play them. This is where compilation games come into play. These games are compilations of older games put on a disc for newer consoles. Today, we'll be looking at a couple of these compilations and ranking them on the Chip Chicken patented 1 to 4 Minecraft Zombie scale. The Atari Anniversary Collection is, well, your standard collection game. There's really nothing special about this game. You got all the main Atari games like Pong, Breakout, Missile Command, all the other ones that I don't feel like mentioning right now. One cool thing though is it does have custom borders to make it look like you're playing it in the arcade. So that's pretty cool and unique, but the bad thing about the borders is it makes Asteroids really hard to play because the border takes up way too much of the screen. Oh, also nothing like recording footage and being like, God, I stink at Pong. 3 out of 4 Minecraft Zombies. The Atari Anthology is very similar to the Atari Anniversary Edition, but with one key difference. With the power of DVD technology, you can play the home console versions and the arcade versions of many games. That sounded a lot cooler in my head. Well, anyway, they're virtually the same game, except this game has a space theme and Asteroids is actually playable now. .5 out of 4 Minecraft Zombies. So everyone knows Activision, right? The producers of Madagascar carts and Transformers the game. That Activision? Yeah, they have a collection. The Activision Anthology covers a good chunk of their releases on the Atari 2600. We have games like Pitfall, River Raid, Kaboom, and some other ones. The game has a cool theme of a classic gamer's room in the 1980s with all their Activision games. Also with some rockin' 80s tunes in the background. Now, obviously, I can't play the 80s tunes for you guys due to copyright, but here's what the back of the box says. Hit 80s soundtrack, including Blondie, Missing Persons, Soft Cell, Twisted Sisters, Wall of Voodoo, and more. There's a section on the Wikipedia article that lists them all, so I don't have to. You know, of all these Atari era compilations, I gotta say it, this was my favorite. Also, one thing I forgot to mention was that I really like that the box art is meant to look like an Atari 2600 cartridge. I think it looks really good. 3.5 out of 4 Minecraft Zombies. Whoa, Sega released a collection of Genesis games on the Dreamcast? This has to be the best thing ever. I can't wait to play some awesome ports of Genesis games on my Dreamcast. Oh my god. Whatever emulator they used, it's just horrible. The issue is most noticeable in Sonic, but in my opinion, it sounds worse in Columns. Beyond that, the games control well, I guess, except for Columns. Oh boy, Columns doesn't work well. You know, Sonic does have some weird lag in very odd spots. That's really the most noticeable thing, though, besides bad controls in the game. And sadly, that is the most unique part of this game. What? I want to switch games, but it's not letting me. I have to shut down the entire console. What the heck? I have to shut down the entire console to actually switch games? What the heck? God, I hope whoever made that design choice got fired. 1 out of 4 zombies. Let's check out a collection on the Sonic Mega Collection is, as the name implies, a collection of Sonic games. It includes most of the Genesis entries excluding Sonic CD, though I do feel that Sonic CD was intended but eventually cut for this compilation because the intro and outro can still be found in the game. Speaking of videos, there's a whole section dedicated to videos. We have the previously mentioned intro and outro of the Sonic CD, but we also have a History of Sonic video, which is quite interesting. It shows how Sonic went from the original game on the Genesis to "Ow, this hurts to play," to "What the frick happened?" and to now, which is the Sonic Mega Collection's release in 2002. There are also trailers for Sonic Advance 2 and Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'll take 30! We also have some of the Sonic comics and the manuals for all the games, which is nice if you don't actually own any of the games, so you can look at the manual. You know, pretty good collection overall. Pretty good. 4 out of 4 Minecraft zombies. So a little bit of background on Super Mario AllStars for you guys. Super Mario AllStars was launched on the Super Nintendo in 1993. It was a 16-bit remaster of all 3 North America 8-bit games, plus they also added the Japanese Mario 2 into the game, rebranding it as The Lost Levels for North America. Fast forwarding to 2010, Nintendo released Super Mario AllStars on the Wii for Mario's 25th anniversary. Let's see what new things Nintendo brought to the table with the power of the newer console called the Wii. This is literally the same game! Look, they didn't even change the Super Nintendo graphic. Beyond Nintendo's extreme laziness with this release, it's half decent. It's all the classic Nintendo Mario games, so you can't really go wrong with that. There's also an art book and a CD bundled with it originally, but sadly my copy didn't come with it. It is kind of weird though that they released this on a disc instead of releasing it on the Virtual Console, but nobody asked me, so I'm just going to shut my mouth. 2 out of 4 zombies. You can't talk about collections without including a Namco Museum. Namco has so many arcade hits that's justified that they have a game compilation. Now, with them having like 20 compilations, that might be going a bit too far. Anyway, let's check out this game. We have arcade hits like Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Pole Position for some reason, and like 3 other games. This compilation also includes Pac-Man Arrangement, which is a pretty fun deviation from the original Pac-Man with some funkier controls. I played a lot of this on the Pac-Man collection on Game Boy Advance, but it is a lot easier to play here. But the game controls a whole lot better on here. Something about the Xbox controller in this game just don't mix well. Anyway, beyond that, it's a pretty simple pack, though pretty fun. 3 out of 4 Minecraft Zombies. Video game collections are really cool. You just get a marvel and awe at all of the games that they've included into these compilations and play them. It's pretty awesome. And now that we've learned about a bunch of them, you know what? I think I'm gonna go make my own compilations. I'm gonna make my own Sonic compilation. It can't be that hard, right? 1 hour later. Alright, I'm not exactly sure how they got this, because every time I try and make it, I just get bread.